the pitch-black pallor of a moonless night, the once bustling town of Hollow Grove was held captive by a supernatural stillness, a silence so profound it devoured the cosmos above. The small town, ensnared in the all-consuming darkness of an ancient forest, seemed to be swallowed whole by an abyss so deep it threatened to extinguish the very existence of stars. The Hollow Grove of yore, a haven of life, melody and innocent laughter, was now an ominous mausoleum shrouded in an all-encompassing silence. A disquieting hush that resonated through its desolate streets and lifeless houses. It paralyzed the air with a dread so palpable it was almost corporeal. This pervasive dread cloaked every hidden recess of the town, every unsuspecting corner, in a fear so chilling it could freeze time. The skeletal trees creaked and groaned, their whispers carried on the icy winds, wafting the sickening scent of decay, a macabre memento of the town's grim history. The wind, an ethereal spectre of times past, permeated the scene with an eerie presence that made the skin crawl. Desolate night was alive, not with the comforting murmur of nature, but with a chilling quietude that could send tremors through the bravest of souls. An oppressing silence so deep it echoed in the hearts of the few remaining townsfolk, a disconcerting reminder of their solitude and vulnerability. The quiet was so profound, so deafening, that it made the blood run cold. Yet in the death-like silence a malevolent force was stirring. Beneath the seemingly tranquil facade, wicked spirits began to awaken from their eternal slumber. They slithered like sinister serpents through the town, their ominous presence casting an even more menacing shadow over Hollow Grove. Their whispers, an inaudible symphony of dread to human ears, twirled with the rustling leaves in a spectral waltz. Spirits from a tormented past, they were ghostly remnants that refused to be forgotten, an echo of the town's dark history that was threatening to repeat itself. As the night deepened, their whispers grew louder, their presence more terrifying, their intentions more horrifying. The night was now a symphony of the past, as if the very soul of the town awakened in gut-wrenching horror. This was the haunting of Hollow Grove, a blood-curdling tale of malevolent spirits and their relentless, eternal torment. Deep in the heart of this ghostly town lived a young woman named Lily, deeply fascinated by the old witchcraft legends that haunted Hollow Grove. This wasn't your typical fascination, mind you, but an obsession that gripped the very core of her being. Lily was no ordinary woman. She was a seeker, a wanderer in the realm of the unknown, the unexplained. In the hushed whispers of the townsfolk, in the cryptic pages of ancient texts, she had discovered tales of witchcraft that seemed to breathe life into the very stones of Hollow Grove. Stories of spectral figures lurking in the shadowy corners, chilling tales of malevolent spirits that held the town in a grip of fear. These were not mere stories for Lily. They were a gateway, a window into a world that lay just beyond the veil of the ordinary. The more she delved into these legends, the more they consumed her. Every creaking floorboard, every flickering candle became a sign, a signal from the other side. And it was not fear that these signs evoked in her, but an insatiable curiosity, an irresistible urge to peel back the layers of the unknown, to see for herself what lay beneath. The legends spoke of rituals, of ancient incantations that could summon the spirits that haunted the town. To most, this would be a tale to send chills down the spine, a cautionary tale to keep children away from the forest at night. But for Lily, it was an invitation she was all too eager to accept. The town of Hollow Grove, with its cobwebbed corners and shadowy alleyways, was not just a town for Lily. It was a riddle, a mystery waiting to be unraveled. And she was determined to decipher it, to unlock the secrets that it held within its ancient walls. One fateful evening, driven by curiosity, Lily ventured into the nearby forest to conduct a peculiar ritual. Little did she know that this was a step into the unknown, a step that would set in motion a chain of events that would forever change her life and the fate of Hollow Grove. As she chanted the ancient incantations, malevolent shadows closed in around her, sinister figures emerging from the darkness. The words echoed through the forest, a chilling melody that danced with the wind, stirring the leaves and awakening the slumbering spirits of Hollow Grove. Deep within the heart of the forest, Lily stood alone, her voice a beacon in the darkness. She held the ancient book of witchcraft legends in her trembling hands, the musty scent of old parchment filling her senses. The air was thick with anticipation, the silence of the forest broken only by her voice, reading the incantations with a determination that belied her fear. The ritual was said to be a simple one, a mere summoning of spirits, a way to catch a glimpse of the supernatural. But as the words rolled off Lily's tongue, the forest began to change. The wind whispered warnings, the trees groaned in protest, and the darkness seemed to close in, a cloak of shadow that swallowed the moonlight. Suddenly, the ground beneath her feet trembled, the air crackling with an unseen force. The spirits of Hollow Grove had awoken. Their ethereal forms emerged from the shadows, their ghostly faces twisted in anger and pain. Their whispers filled the air, a cacophony of voices that told tales of betrayal, of vengeance, and of a curse that bound them to the town they once called home. Lily felt a cold chill run down her spine as she looked upon the spirits, their spectral eyes filled with an ancient wrath that sent a shiver of dread coursing through her veins. Her heart pounded in her chest, a relentless drum echoing the terror that gripped her. The book slipped from her hands, falling to the ground with a thud that echoed through the silent forest. The spirits closed in on her, their ghostly forms flickering like candle flames in the wind. Their whispers grew louder, their voices echoing in her mind, a chilling chorus of the damned. She could feel their anger, their pain, their hunger for revenge. It was a darkness that threatened to consume her, a force beyond her comprehension. But amidst the terror, a realization dawned upon Lily. She had trespassed into a realm she had no understanding of, a realm inhabited by malevolent spirits. She had awoken the ghosts of Hollow Grove, and in doing so, she had placed herself in mortal danger. Panicked, Lily realized she had trespassed into a realm inhabited by malevolent spirits. The forest around her was no longer the peaceful sanctuary she knew. It was a haunting realm, a realm of darkness, of whispering winds and vengeful spirits. It was a realm that held a terrifying truth. The town of Hollow Grove was haunted by more than mere legends. Desperate to escape, she sprinted through the forest, the spirits hot on her trail. As Lily wove her way through the gnarled trees and undergrowth, the ominous whispers of the forest crescendoed into a deafening roar. The spirits, their spectral forms dancing and darting between the trees, pursued her relentlessly. Their chilling laughter echoed around her, the sound seeping into her bones, their icy fingers reaching out to ensnare her. The forest, once a place of tranquility, had become a maze of terror, each turn leading to more shadowy figures. Her heart pounded in her chest like a drum, the rhythm matching the eerie symphony of the night. The cold night air was pierced by her ragged breaths, her lungs burning with every gasping inhale. Yet she ran, driven by primal fear and an unyielding will to survive. Even in her panic, Lily could feel the forest's ancient energy, a pulsating undercurrent beneath the terror. It was as if the trees themselves whispered warnings to her, their leaves rustling with unease, their bark etched with centuries of secrets. Amidst the fear and confusion, Lily's thoughts raced back to the legends of Hollow Grove. She remembered tales of spirits banished, of powerful witches and ancient rituals. As she recalled these myths, she felt a strange comfort, a glimmer of hope in the darkness. Perhaps the forest, with its age-old wisdom, could offer her an escape from this nightmare. However, the spirits were relentless, their pursuit unyielding. Every step she took, they were there, their ghastly figures reflected in the moonlight, their malevolent whispers filling the air. The forest became a battleground, its every corner echoing with the clash between the living and the supernatural. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, Lily stumbled upon an ancient grave. It was an eerie sight. A lone tombstone nestled amongst the trees, its inscription worn away by time. But in that moment, the grave was not a symbol of death, but a beacon of hope, a promise of a chance to fight back against the spirits that haunted her. Within it lay the restless spirit of a powerful witch who had once cursed Hollow Grove. This witch, shrouded in the lore of the town, was a figure of terror and fascination. Once a powerful sorceress, she had been banished by the town's fearful inhabitants, forever doomed to wander the spectral plains as a restless spirit. The witch's curse had long blanketed Hollow Grove, a chilling reminder of the town's dark past. The witch's grave was an ancient, forgotten place, overgrown with gnarled trees and shrouded in perpetual twilight. It was here that Lily, trembling with fear and desperation, found herself. She could sense the powerful aura surrounding the grave, a tangible echo of the witch's formidable magic. As Lily stood before the grave, she could feel the spirit's gaze upon her. Gathering her courage, she reached out to the spirit, her voice quivering as she begged for help. "I mean no harm," she pleaded. "I only seek to protect my town." There was a moment of silence, as if the very air was holding its breath. Then a low whisper rippled through the forest, the spirit's voice echoing in Lily's mind. It was a voice as old as the hills, a voice that carried the weight of centuries of sorrow and anger. The spirit, recognizing Lily's innocence and her noble intent, made a decision. The air hummed with anticipation as the spirit reached out to Lily. "Take my power," the spirit whispered. "Use it to protect Hollow Grove from the malevolent spirits that now haunt it." Lily felt a surge of energy coursing through her, an ethereal force that filled her with warmth and strength. It was a power beyond anything she had ever known, a power that could only have come from the ancient witch herself. The spirit, recognizing Lily's innocence, imbued her with ancient powers, allowing her to conjure a protective shield. Armed with the witch's power, Lily was now ready to face the malevolent spirits, to banish them back to the shadows and save her beloved town. Armed with newfound strength, Lily confronted the malevolent spirits, her aura blazing with ethereal energy. She stood resolute, her fear replaced with a determination that radiated from her like a beacon in the darkness. The spirits, sensing her power, hesitated, their menacing figures wavering on the edge of the forest. In the heart of the spectral gathering, the most formidable of the spirits loomed, its form a swirling mass of darkness. With a bellow that echoed through the forest, it charged at Lily, its intent clear, to extinguish the threat that she posed. But Lily, fortified by the ancient witch's power, held her ground. Drawing on the energy coursing through her, she conjured a protective shield, a barrier of shimmering light that stood between her and the onslaught. The spirit collided with the shield, its dark form recoiling from the radiant energy. Yet, undeterred, it rallied the lesser spirits, and together they launched a relentless assault on Lily's shield. Each collision tested Lily's resolve, her shield flickering under the relentless onslaught. But with each attack, her determination hardened. She was the last line of defense, the only barrier between the spirits and the town of Hollow Grove. And she would not falter. She harnessed her fear, transforming it into a weapon. With a defiant roar, she pushed back, her shield expanding, its light intensifying. The forest was bathed in an ethereal glow, the shadows retreating before the onslaught of light. The spirits recoiled, their dark forms dissipating under the radiant energy. One by one they were banished back into the depths of the forest, their menacing presence replaced by the tranquil silence of the night. Finally, only the formidable spirit remained. It stood at the edge of the forest, its form wavering, its power waning. In a final act of defiance, it lunged at Lily, a desperate attempt to quell the threat she posed. But Lily was ready. With a final surge of energy, she pushed back, her shield expanding, its light engulfing the spirit. In a climactic battle, she managed to repel the spirits, banishing them back to the shadows from whence they came. The formidable spirit let out a final, agonized wail before it was swallowed by the light, its form disintegrating, its presence extinguished. In the aftermath of the battle, the forest was eerily silent, the malevolent spirits vanquished, their threat to Hollow Grove quelled. Lily stood alone, the echoes of the battle still ringing in her ears. Her aura dimmed, the ethereal energy receding, leaving her standing in the quiet forest, a testament to her bravery. The night's events would forever haunt her dreams. She had faced the true nature of her town, a place where darkness and supernatural forces lurked around every corner. But she had also discovered her own strength, a force that rivaled the ancient powers that once cursed Hollow Grove. She was no longer just a curious inhabitant of the ghostly town. She was its protector, its guardian against the shadows. The town of Hollow Grove was safe once more, but the night's events would forever haunt Lily's dreams. In the aftermath of that fateful night, Lily was forever changed. Her once innocent curiosity about the town's legends had been replaced by a profound understanding of the supernatural forces that truly inhabited Hollow Grove. The chilling memory of the spirits, their haunting whispers, and the cold, sinister shadows was indelibly etched in her mind. The experience, though terrifying, had stirred a newfound strength within her, a testament to her resilience in the face of otherworldly adversity. Life in Hollow Grove gradually returned to its normal rhythm. The sun would rise, casting its warm glow on the quaint houses. The children would play in the streets, and the townsfolk would go about their everyday tasks, oblivious to the spectral battle that had taken place. The spirits were once again relegated to the shadows, their presence only felt in the eerie silence of moonless nights. Yet for Lily, normalcy was a concept that had been irrevocably altered. She no longer viewed her town through the same lens. Every creaking door, every flicker of the lights, every whisper of the wind held a deeper, more sinister meaning. The shadows seemed longer, the nights colder, and the silence of the town, once comforting, was now a symphony of spectral whispers. Her nights were filled with dreams of the haunting figures, the chase through the forest, and the powerful spirit of the witch who had come to her aid. The ritual, which she had conducted with a mix of fear and anticipation, was now a chilling reminder of the power that lay dormant in the heart of Hollow Grove. The spirits that she had once researched with such fascination had now become her adversaries, their malevolence a stark contrast to her own innocence. However, it was not all darkness and dread. The encounter with the spirits had also brought forth an unexpected change in Lily. The ancient powers bestowed upon her by the witch's spirit had not entirely faded away. She found herself more attuned to the unseen world, able to sense the subtle shifts in the town's energy and perhaps even control it. This newfound ability was a double-edged sword. On one hand, it was a constant reminder of the night she would rather forget. On the other, it also served as a protective shield, a beacon of hope that she could defend herself and her town from any future malevolent forces. In the quiet town of Hollow Grove, life continued to unfold, its supernatural history hidden beneath the surface of everyday life. The townsfolk remained blissfully unaware of the spectral battle that had taken place and the spirits that lurked in the shadows. For them, Hollow Grove was just a quiet town with a rich history. But for Lily, Hollow Grove was a place of shadows, a realm where the supernatural was intertwined with the mundane. Her life was now a delicate dance between her earthly existence and her newfound connection with the ethereal world. She had faced the true nature of her town, a place where darkness and supernatural forces lurked around every corner. As our tale of Hollow Grove comes to an end, we bid you farewell. Our journey began with an innocent fascination, a curiosity that led us into the heart of a spectral battle. We witnessed Lily, a young, curious soul, delve deeper into the mysteries of her quaint town, only to uncover the chilling reality of the supernatural forces that lurked within. We saw her face her fears, stand against the malevolent spirits, and emerge victorious, forever changed. We thank you, dear viewers, for joining us on this journey, for walking with us through the eerie shadows of Hollow Grove, for standing with us in the face of the unknown. Your presence has been a beacon of light in our tale of darkness. And as we say goodbye to the haunted streets of Hollow Grove, we leave you with a reminder of the strength that lies within us all, the power to face our fears, to fight against the darkness, and to emerge victorious. Until next time, may your dreams be free of malevolent spirits. See you in the next story.